It's an enormous privilege to be here today to look at Anthony's collection. I remember it very vividly from Antiquarius, and I remember him very vividly. And the point about him and his taste is that it was very advanced. He was hugely interested in Art Nouveau, rather earlier than most people were, and every aspect of decorative arts were shown there. I have a very personal memory, rather against me, because he had a horn comb carved in Paris by a firm called Geoffrey in the form of an ear of wheat, and set into it was a cairngorm, a golden quartz, and so it was the golden sun over the corn, and it was the most poetic thing you could ever imagine. But in the early 80s, late 70s, early 80s, it was £750, and I was earning little more than £750 a year, so I didn't get that, but I was only too aware of what a wonderful thing it was. So very, very happy memories of Anthony, and here is one of the masterpieces that he kept here, so it's a great tribute to this jewel and a great tribute to him.
Here we are in Anthony's study on Perrymead Street, which was an inner sanctum for him. And probably what people don't recognise is he was also a really well recognised actor who trained at RADA in the 50s, which led on to actually me meeting him 40 years ago when he was playing Polonius in Rosencrantz and Guildenstern Are Dead. And we had a very firm friendship over those 40 years. He always talked about his time, as you can see in the photo behind me, when he was in Franco Zeffirelli's Taming the Shrew with Burton and Taylor in 1967. And as well as enjoying the opportunity to be on the film set, he was the one called into Miss Taylor's wagon at times to help her with the Shakespeare and her own dialect and approach to actually speaking the verse. Dear Anthony wasn't someone who was just one person. He was very much of a partnership, and that partnership that he enjoyed both as a loving but also as a work partner with Michelle Becker. They were together for over 50 years, and sadly Michelle died over 10 years ago. Michelle trained at Central St Martin's and was the other half of the Purple Shop in ensuring that the stock looked fantastic, that it was repaired, but also kept a close contact with all those fashion shoots. They provided a large number of jewellery and collections gracing the catwalks that were shot by the likes of Vogue, but also they provided jewellery and headdresses for some of the West End shows, recognising that hair used a lot of their stock. Princess Margaret was also a client of the Purple Shop, and as we've been amassing the archives and the records that we've given to the Bishopsgate Institute, we found letters from Princess Margaret thanking them for gifts, or indeed hopefully items that she purchased over the years from the Purple Shop. I met Anthony when I was a young stage manager, and some of my Saturday mornings were spent at Antiquarius behind the counter of the Purple Shop, and it was wonderful to see the array of characters that graced their shop, always interested in seeing what they had to offer, because as Geoffrey Munn has quite clearly said, Anthony and Michelle had such a fine eye for Art Nouveau and Art Deco jewellery and wear.